Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. Today I'm going to be doing March 9th paycheck closeout. So this is paycheck number 1 for the month of March, and I am closing it out as I am going to be paid tomorrow. I did have a few purchases since my last check-in, and I'm going to go over those with you. So if that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, keep watching. All right, so let's start off with my expense tracker for March 9th, paycheck number 1. Where we last left off was the 16th right here. And my next purchase after that was actually loading my daughter's wash app. She's away at college, and so I had her reload her app using my card. And on the 19th, I went to Sam's Club with my mom. I am not a member, but she is. And since I was already there, I picked up some bananas. I didn't want to buy too much stuff at Sam's Club because I like to purchase my things at Costco, as you all know, because I do get a cash back when I shop there. And a lot of the things that I could buy at Sam's Club, I could also buy at Costco. So anyway, on the 19th, I did get my son some Hanes tank tops at Sam's Club, and it was $34.63. As far as I know, they don't have those at Costco, and he's been wanting them, and I thought it was a really good deal. It was like a 6-pack for like 15 something dollars, and I think regular price, I used the Walmart app to check the regular price, or to check the Walmart price, and it was like $22 for a 6-pack. So I thought it was a good deal, and I got him 2 packs of those. On the 19th, again, we went to Sprouts. I got some milk. We also got gas at Costco. Gas is holding steady at $5.09 per gallon. So that totaled to $32.70. And on the 22nd, that's today, I got takeout from my favorite Chinese restaurant by my work, and it was $17.50, and I had lunch with my son, so got sweet and sour chicken and orange chicken. And then today after work, I went to Target. I got some pretzel buns, milk, and creamer. The color codes, the light blue is household, green is for groceries, the gray is uncategorized, this blue is gas, and this is supposed to be purple. It looks okay. I think that is purple. My eyes are playing tricks on me here. Okay. Anyhow, so those went through, and I'm gonna go over how it affects my totals right here. So I'm gonna take out my handy dandy calculator, and I mean, I think these should be about right. The gas should be right. That should not have changed. Groceries, I'm gonna go ahead and recalculate just because I did get stuff today. So I'm gonna fast forward through this. And then household. So that is accurate right here. And I am over that. Giving my daughter the $40 for her wash app sent me over again. Anyhow, eating out. Copays and meds should not have changed, and allowance should not have changed. those should still be the same. All right, so I'm going to redo these totals on the ending balance right here, and I'll be right back. All right, so these are my new totals. I went ahead and penned them in. I also went ahead and did these totals down here too. I don't have a hair appointment until April, so this is just going to keep building up. I haven't had anything to pay for regarding car maintenance, so that's going to keep building up too. That's it for that. And then, let's see, this Netflix bill, actually, I saw it go through, so I'm going to go ahead and do that too. And that was today with my credit card. So I'm going to total that also. So this is just a little bit under budget, and then that money is going to stay in my G1 checking as a buffer. So the difference between this and this, so that's $16.74 will just stay in my checking account right there. I'm going to go ahead and go over this side with you too. I think we talked a little bit about how I do this. So I told you I go from the bottom up. These are my payments to my credit cards. Whenever I use the credit card, I like to pay it off. I think I average about once a week. Definitely once every 2 weeks, like every paycheck. I want to make sure that I'm paying that off before I go on to the next budget. The one I did since the last time we talked, is my Bank of America payment, the $15.49, which was to cover the Netflix, and that went through today. I did pay that a little bit earlier because I knew it was going to come out, and I wanted to make sure that it cleared the bank before I closed out this paycheck budget. So, and then on the 21st, this went through, and this was $177.25 from my variable expenses account right here. So that's another thing I do when I use my credit card. If the money was used for variable expenses, I take it out of the T-Money account. If the money was used from the fixed expenses or bills, then I take it out of the G1 checking account, and that's just how I keep them separated. And then the Old Navy payment, whenever I buy something for my daughter, I try to use the Old Navy card, just to, one, to keep the Old Navy card active, and two, to keep it separated from everything else. So yeah, that went through also, and that came from the variable expenses account. All right, so that's my credit card zeroed out. These bills are paid. These are done. Transfers went through. So the next step is to go into my next budget, and I'm gonna just take these ending numbers here and put them into my starting right here. And some of them are the same, and some of them have changed because of the updates I did today. So for gas, I have $126.80, and that is the same as here. So I'm going to go ahead and pen that in. For groceries, I have $192.16. And then I'm just going to write over this pencil because I can always erase it when the ink dries. I'll just go over and erase it. And then for household, I know I went to the negative here, but I'm not punishing myself for going negative. So I'm just going to start this with 0 right here. And then eating out, $49.38. So $49.38. And then co-pays and meds is the same, $120.01. And then allowance I just saw too was $13.11. And then fun money. Oh, this is something I changed. So I think my last video, I had the fun money at I think like $100, but then I was wondering how I was gonna do the payment for the hotel. So the hotel's gonna be like I believe $330. So I figured if I added $360 to the fund money, how do I explain this? Okay, so I figured if I started out the fund money category with $360 from the money that's already in there in the expenses, that I should be fine. So I'm gonna show you how I do that in a little bit. So let's do 360 right here. So no money moved. None of the money actually moved. It's just going to be allocated instead of sitting in there as a buffer. I've slowly transferred money, either transferred money out. For example, this birthday saver, I did not have a birthday saver in the previous budget, so I just transferred from the buffer in my variable expenses into the sinking funds, and that's why now this is $500. But I digress. 126.80. So this is my running totals. I guess if you imagine it as cash envelopes, this is what I would have in these categories for my pretend cash envelopes. And 861.46, it is 861.46. And before I started this video, I went ahead and looked at my my current balances on my accounts. Now remember, this is everything has already gone through or has been paid. So this is truly closing out my previous budget. With regards to the variable expenses, that comes out of my T-Money checking account. And it's a very narrow margin here. So with the T-Money account, I actually have $873.66 in that account. So this money is basically sitting in there. And it leaves me with a very narrow buffer. So I've got like a $12.20 buffer, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I think it'll be okay. Because now I have that buffer allocated to fund money and birthday saver. I just made 2 new categories out of that buffer. So yeah, my G1 checking is at 146.49, and then my rent etc account is at $1,010.42, which is perfect because rent is coming out. And then my emergency fund, I'm slowly building up. I really want to be able to build that up to, I think, 20,000, but it's slow going. Yeah, Santa Saver, $250.02. Roth IRA for 2022, I am at $250. And my sinking funds now has the $500 in it instead of the $400. If you watched my last video, I had forgotten to change that to $500. My new total, and I like to do this because it just gives me a picture of how much money I'm actually holding in my accounts, and it helps ease some of my anxiety over not having enough money. I think if you grow up with not having too much money, it gives you anxiety. You just want to make sure that you're going to be able to pay your bills and, you know, eat, basically. So that's that. And then this part I'm not going to fill in until I get my paycheck. So I went over in my paycheck number 2 video that this is the amount I'm going to expect to come in, and once that does come in, I'm going to go ahead and allocate these either through auto transfer or like a manual transfer. So I think that's it for this video. Oh, this one right here. Last but not least, these are 200, 100. And that's it for that. That closes out this budget right here. Things I need to work on. I definitely need to work on budgeting for household. We did purchase, or I did purchase this Bissell Pro Heat Little Green steam cleaner, and that totally threw my budget off. But I felt like that was a good buy, so I'm okay with that. And now that my T-Money checking account has a smaller buffer, I think that's really going to help rein in my spending more, hopefully. One of my goals is to get these numbers down right here. So that's down the line. I'm still sort of trying to figure out what I'm doing with my budget. I'm still trying to balance like having fun and hitting my goals, like saving and investing, and not getting into credit card debt. So I think those things first, and I'm hoping, like I said, to tighten up the variable expenses, because that's really what's taking a big chunk of my money here. The beauty category, that is new. I used to never like get my hair done or anything, but I started doing this, I believe, in 2019. I took a little break, obviously, during the pandemic when things were closed down, but when things opened up again, that's something I continued to do because I needed something, I don't know, sort of self-care. Just, I wanted to do something for myself. I worked really hard. I paid off my credit card debt, and, you know, I just wanted to feel like I was doing something for myself. Yeah, and these other things like birthday saver, that's something new that I'm trying, and again, rein in my spending. That is my budget closeout. This video is getting really long. I want to thank you for watching and hanging in there, listening to me ramble. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. So anyway, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.